Hello, it's me, Sergeant. Anyway, I'm here because I wanted to remaster one of my most popular what ifs. This what if would have less stuttering and less spaces. Usually when I hear when people do that, it just frustrates me because I don't know how long it would take to skip or yeah. So I'm here to remaster it and with less stuttering. This is what if Deku had Toon Force, and here we go. The picture that you're seeing right now is Deku when he enters UA. Yeah. Anyways, let's begin at the beginning. When Deku always was fascinated by cartoons. He draw them, he tell quotes from his friends. Most of the people laughed at it because it was funny because they watched the same thing. And Izuku just had this eccentric vibe to him that made the jokes funnier for some reason. Anyway, when Izuku was 4, he and his mom went to the quirk doctor. When they got called on, the doctor proceeded to do some tests on Izuku. And when he was finished, he tell Izuku and his mom that his quirk is Toon Force. Inko doesn't understand what that is, or yeah. So he asks the doctor to elaborate. The doctor says that Toon Force is basically whatever a cartoon character can do. Whatever he can do, and he's immortal, can alter his body, and do anything, and just do anything as long as that is funny. So yeah. Even if he doesn't do anything funny, he's still immortal. So yeah. Izuku was excited because he will be like all the cartoon characters. Inko was a little bit concerned, but still happy for Izuku. So they went. So Izuku tell all his friends, and his friends were excited because he's a living cartoon. So let's say one person had the ability to make random garbage. He pulled out let's say a 25-pound anvil, and he just pulled out a 25-pound anvil and just put it against Izuku's head and just fall, flattening Izuku. All the other kids were freaking out, even the kid that did that. The kid that did that was called Pablo. Yeah, I'm making random character. Deal with it. Pablo. Pablo was also concerned. But Izuku just pulled out his flattened arms and put his thumb in his mouth and just started to breathe into it. He He was inflated, was in the ground, but as soon as he stopped, he deflates into his regular form. All the kids were amazed. Pablo was relieved. And Ingo saw this and checked if everything was alright. Ingo scolded Pablo and said, "What were you thinking? That's no way to treat a friend." So yeah, Pablo was sorry and Izuku was alright. Alright. So when Bakugo found out about it, he just thought it was really cool. Bakugo is way more nicer in this series, so yeah. So we time skip to the final day of middle school. During those in-betweens, Izuku got himself into lots of trouble. Sometimes he found loopholes to the situation and didn't. But the teachers were still hell of mad. Yeah. And let me say this. Izuku, over the years, Inko found out that his weakness is cardboard. So yeah, whenever Izuku misbehave, Inko tear up a piece of cardboard from the closet and just started whacking Izuku with it. Yeah, Izuku couldn't really get hurt from physical attacks, so yeah. Cardboard was like the best option, and a balloon sword. Cardboard and balloons. Yeah. Any weakness that he has to be hilarious. So yeah. Izuku went on. So it is the final day of middle school. Oh yeah. Izuku in this is mute. Yeah. You might be wondering, then how did he tell his Bakugo and his friends that he's quirk? He just had his mom tell them, because they cannot read yet. In middle school, he just puts out signs. So yeah, it is in the final day of middle school, the teacher walked into class basically saying, "Alright class, today you need to fill out this applications for any future jobs." Who am I kidding? You're probably not gonna do this. You all want to be heroes anyway. The class proceeded to use their quirks except Izuku, Bakugo, and Pablo. Pablo and Izuku were just sleeping in class. Izuku had little Z's up his head when he was sleeping, and Bakugo did not use his quirk because he thought, these people don't deserve to see my quirk. Yeah, I said Bakugo was nicer, not completely different. And the teacher went, alright. So there are 3 people in this class wanting to go to the UA. 2 for the hero course and 1 for the general studies course. The whispers started happening. General studies? That might be a good idea. I mean, it's possible. But still, isn't it like a 3%, a 10% chance of getting into the general course? And said, well, I know Bakugo is definitely going to the hero course, but who's the other one? And the teacher said, Bakugo and Izuku are going to the hero course, and Pablo is going into the general course. Pablo? But he has a strong quirk. He can just pull out random stuff. And Pablo said, and that's my weakness. I had to adapt with any situation. My quirk only works after. I can only summon one thing after 24 hours. And it's completely random. I've gotten some good stuff from it over the years, but yeah. But most of the stuff I summon are not useful. And yeah. Kind of makes sense. Oh, one kid says, oh, I thought you could just summon random stuff from nowhere. Yeah. When I was younger, it took me like a week to get the random stuff. I did it so often, it turned into a daily event. When I'm in my adult years, it would probably just take like half a day or an hour. Izuku pats him on the back and just gives him a hug. Half of the class went, aww. So yeah. Izuku just didn't say anything. The class didn't bully him, mostly because in this universe they're more respectful. Yeah, I'm changing a lot of aspects in the story, so yeah. And Bakuso said, and besides, me, Izuku, and Pablo are the only ones qualified to go to UA. The class got mad at him. Izuku just throw a paper ball at him. Just throw a tennis ball at him. Some of the class laugh. So yeah. So the bell rings. Izuku went to the arcade by rabbit hole as soon as the bell rang because it was the final class. So yeah. Izuku just went to arcade and play lots of Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man gets Izuku off. Yeah. Yeah. So the arcade worker checked on Izuku time to time. And when Izuku was leaving, Jesse said, oh, bye Izuku. Thanks for your time here. Izuku gives Jesse a thumbs up and a $5 bill. And just worms holes out of there. Right outside the door. Yeah. He could have used the front door, but hey, it wouldn't be that entertaining now, would it? Izuku was walking home Then he sees Bakugo in the sludge villain. Izuku saw Bakugo and, without even thinking, grabs a Tommy gun and inflates his arm, grabs Bakugo, pulls him out, and just shooting at the sludge villain. Randomly, he ends up shooting both of his eyes and ending up killing him. Izuku was laughing because when he got there, he just saw Bakugo's face. It was hilarious to him. Now that he looks back, he realizes, yeah, I'm a sadist. And that's no debate on Izuku's side. So, after Izuku was done laughing, one deaf arm said, "Kid, you're under arrest for illegal quirk usage and murdering a villain." And Izuku was, "Oh, come on, I saved the kid." And Deaf Arm says, "Yeah, but in the hero business, we put them in jail. Villains only kill people. Villains and vigilantes only kill people." And Izuku says, "Well then, I guess I'm a vigilante," and just rabbit holes and just flies out of that situation into a far alleyway. Izuku is now a criminal. Izuku writes a letter to his mom stating, "Mother, I cannot return home because I am on the run from the heroes. I'm sorry that it had to be this way. I had to save Bakugo. I couldn't just sit there and let him, Anyway, goodbye. Love you, your dear son, Izuku." And just folds up the paper and just chucks it so the wind could take it to Ingo's house, which he knows will happen. Ingo reads the letter and cries for a little bit. When the police get to her house, Ingo was livid with it and said, "You should be ashamed of yourselves. How could you let this happen? My boy thinks he's a criminal for saving his best friend's life." And that's where we're gonna leave off the remake today. Yeah, just kidding. I'm just gonna finish the story. So, after like half a year, so Izuku was being a vigilante for like a year now, and just absolutely killing vile villains. Depending on the crime they're making, Izuku made a punishment just for them in a hilarious manner. If you rob a bank, Izuku will burn your house down or burn where you live down. We'll just ransack your stuff and sell them and beat you up for it. And if you are someone, Izuku will shoot you multiple times in the dick and just snap your neck and destroy the inside of your brain. If you commit murder, Izuku will kill you and put your body parts to make a joke. The heroes learn that Izuku is no one to mess with. So they went into the quirk file to find out who he is, and the most probable suspect is Izuku Midoriya, which we know he is. So they set up a trap of cardboard. Put a stick on cardboard and a piece and spaghetti under the cardboard. Most of the heroes think this is a stupid plan, but the person who came up with it was Nezu, so they just had to believe him. Even most of the people, there are people who agree with Izuku's justice system, and those people to work with Izuku from time to time. Because Izuku has a whole underground organization to stop crime. And if he ever becomes a hero, he'll turn every single one of them into his sidekicks. And he wrote a book, an initiation about it, made an initiation video. So yeah. One day, Izuku saw this trap, but Izuku didn't see cardboard. Because let's say cardboard is invisible to Izuku. Before, the only time is visible when he actually is in the cardboard. So, under or in cardboard box. Yeah. So, Izuku fell for the trap and basically tried to escape. But Nezu planned for this and just put a long piece of paper under it and assigned Miss Joke to carry it. Because if Izuku somehow escapes, Miss Joke is the only one able to comprehend him. So yeah, Izuku was put into a truck with insides are made from cardboard, duct taped with cardboard, so it can't get out. So yeah, in the cardboard box. So they went to UA and put him into a room where they can investigate who he is. And yeah, Izuku was tied up to a chair and had a light shine over him, because Nezu had to watch all of the Looney Tunes, basically all of them. Yeah, Nezu after that was sleep deprived, and Izawa just laughed at his face. So yeah, Izuku and Izuku tried to escape by inflating his wall and punching it, but soon as he does it, he saw the cement crack and see the inner walls are made out of cardboard. And thus, the one-sided mirror in the mirror is made out of tape. Scotch tape. For Izuku, it's the strongest type of tape. To everyone else, is the weakest. So yeah. So Izuku just puts out a sign and says, for every order, you have to give me one sushi. One sushi roll. Nezu tells Lunch Rush about it, and Lunch Rush made like a bunch of sushi. And the one doing the investigation was Aizawa and Nezu. Nezu proceeded to ask questions. So who are you, Mr. Toon? And Izuku put his hands on his chest like offensive and pulls out a sign saying, whoa, now that's racist. Oh, I'm sorry. I just don't know what your quirk is and what your name is. So, well, if you happen to know, my name is Toonie. My vigilante name is Toonie. And you got offended by calling you that, but without the Y. It's very offensive. Okay, Mr. Toonie. Mr. Toonie, what is your real name? And Izuku proceeded to point on his plate on the table, and Izuku was like, and Nezu was like, Lunch Rush, come in here. Place the sushi on the table. And Izuku decided to eat one and pulls out a sign stating, Izuku Midoriya, only child. And Nezu asked another question. How old are you? Izuku proceeded to eat another sushi and saying 15. And Nezu was like, And why are you a vigilante? And Izuku placed to say, because I was committed for a crime for the greater good. From saving Katsuki Bakugo from the sludge villain incident. This goes on for a couple of hours. Couple of sushi rolls. Izuku proceeded to eat 27 sushi rolls for every question. And Nezu was done. And after the interview, as Izuku called it, Nezu asked one more question. Well, a choice. Listen, you can either go to Tartarus, or you can go to UA villain / vigilante rehab program. And Izuku just pulls out a sticker saying Tartarus. And Nesu said, I'm sorry, but we can't do that because you are a minor and we can't exactly send you there because you're a child. And we... So the only option is here, and Izuku blows out another sign saying, then why did you give me an option? Nezu said, because I wanted you to feel like you had a choice. Huh. Okay. Izuku put a sticker on Nezu's nose saying, fine. And Izuku proceeded to eat the rest of the sushi. It just pulls out of bed from nowhere and goes to sleep. Midnight was thinking dirty thoughts. So yeah, that is the remastered version. I hope this was better than the original version. Part 2 will be out in Friday. Goodbye and see you later, folks. Good night, everybody.